Okay, now we get to the fun stuff. M.11 trigonometric ratios find a side length. And on these, you're basically just going to use sine, cosine, or tangent depending on what you're given and what you are wanting. On this one, we are wanting BD. And what they gave us was this angle of 60 and this side of 48. So we look at it and we're like, okay, what do we have and what do we want? And what we're wanting is the opposite side of 60, and what they gave us was hypotenuse. So sine is what we're going to use. So sine 60, because that's the angle that we're looking at, equals BD. I'm just going to keep, instead of putting X, Y, or Z or anything like that, I'm just going to keep the letters that we're finding. That way we know that we're finished whenever we get there, over 48, because sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And what is sine 60? Sine 60 is square root of 3 over 2. So I'm going to set those equal to each other. Then we're going to cross multiply and divide. So 2 times BD equals 48 square root of 3, divide by 2. So BD equals 24 square root of 3, and finish. They give us 45. This is always the hypotenuse, right? And we are looking for BC. So again, this is opposite. So again, we're going to use sine. So sine 45 equals opposite. So BC over hypotenuse, which is the square root of 78. And sine 45 is square root of 2 over 2 equals BC over square root of 78. Then we cross multiply and get 2 BC equals a square root. 78 times 2 is 156. And then divide by 2. BC equals, then we take the square root of 156 and we simplify it and we get 2 square root of 39. All over 2. The 2's will cancel, so BC equals the square root of 39. Okay, and EF is right here, so that is adjacent, and this is your hypotenuse. So adjacent hypotenuse is cosine, so cosine 60 equals adjacent, which we don't know, so EF over the hypotenuse, which is 18. And then what is cosine 60? Cosine 60 is 1 over 2 equals EF over 18. Cross multiply. So 2 EF equals 18. Divide by 2, so EF is 9. And what are we looking for? VW. VW is here, and what is that? It is adjacent. And then this one is not hypotenuse this time. This is opposite. And what has opposite adjacent? Tangent. So tangent 60 of opposite over adjacent, which is 8 square root of 3 over adjacent, which is VW. I'm going to go ahead and put that over 1 so I can have a ratio, a proportion. And so we cross multiply and get VW tangent 60 equals 8 square root of 3. And then we divide. Probably should have done that differently. Let's erase that. Sorry. I'm not going to cross multiply yet. What is tangent 60? Square root of 3. And I'm going to put that over 1. Now I'm going to cross multiply and get 8 square root of 3 equals square root of 3 VW. divide by square root of 3, and since both of those are square root of 3s, those will cancel out, and we get 8. FH to this is adjacent. This is opposite. So I'm going to use tangent again. Tangent 30 equals opposite over adjacent. And tangent 30 is square root of 3 over 3. Cross multiply, square root of 3 FH equals 3 square root of 43. And so, can't have square root on bottom. So 43 times 3 is 129. Over square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. Those 3's are canceled. So we're left with the square root of 129 because the square root of 129 does not simplify. And now we're definitely going to need a calculator because on the angles that they give us, they're going to be not 30, 45, or 60. So we're going to grab our calculator in just a second. We are looking for IJ, which is adjacent, and 6, which is opposite. So we're going to use tangent again. So tangent 41 equals opposite over adjacent. And on these that I know I'm going to use the calculator for, I am not going to get the decimal for tangent 41 yet. I'm going to wait till the very end, because if you do tangent 41 now and round, and then you have to round again and again and again, you're going to get off on the answer. So we are going to wait until the very last minute to be able to round. So IJ tangent 41 equals 1 times 6, which is 6, and IJ by itself means that we're going to divide by tangent 41. So that's what you're going to put in the calculator. And on mine, you can go 6 divided by tangent 41, or you can hit the fraction button and do 6 over tangent 41. And we're rounding to the nearest 10th, so it's going to be 6.9. XY is here, which is the hypotenuse, and this is the adjacent, and so we're going to use cosine this time. Cosine 61 equals adjacent over hypotenuse, which is XY. So this is going to be XY cosine 61 equals 4 divided by cosine 61. That's what you're going to put in. So 4 divided by cosine 61 equals 8.3. TV is the hypotenuse. This is your opposite. So we're going to use sine this time. So sine 59 equals opposite over the hypotenuse. So TV. So TV sine 59 equals 8.4. Divide by sine 59. Grab your calculator. 8.4 divided by sine 59 equals 9.8. That's it.